Hello everyone, this is Debbie from Stamps and Stuff, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based out of Oro Valley, Arizona, and this is the fourth time I've tried to record this video, so looks like I've got solid bars all the way along, but as you jump on, I'll be able to tell. I know I was talking with everyone and then all of a sudden I wasn't getting comments, so I knew I had a problem here. So now today I'm going to dispense with most of our comment stuff, except for if there's anybody in the Oro Valley, Tucson area that wants to take live classes. I have taught classes for well over 20 years. I had my own store for 18 years, so I've taught a lot of classes, and now that we have moved from Lake Havasu, I miss my classes. So if you are interested, please go to the website here. Let me put up the okay, there's the host code and stampsnstuff.org. That's my website, and it's the base of everything. You can buy Stampin' Up product from there. You can join my team. You can sign up for Paper Pumpkin, anything. You can print off PDF tutorials on all the cards and things that I have there. So you can always hit the contact me button and that will get to me. So anyway, after the first year, that's what I would like to do. So, okay, let me see here. I look like I am streaming. Okay, so, all right. Let me get down here. Okay, today we will be, this is 3 in the series of 5, and what I am going to do, there are 2 more that I have ready to go, but because we've got Christmas coming on so fast, I'm going to switch to Christmas, and then we'll come back and we will finish the soft seedlings with all the techniques. They're technique-based classes anyway, so, but I have a lot of Christmas that I have in the pipeline, and we really need to get going with it. So we will be using the Perched in a Tree and the Soft Seedlings for today. And we will be using Twigs and Sprigs for the envelope. Now this, how this goes down, you put that there and this, and it will fit in this envelope, because one of the other times I was sitting here watching to see if I was going to be able to go on live to watch my feed. But anyway, I did put it in the envelope. It goes in, but it probably will get pretty mangled. And I think the best thing to do, these are presentation boxes, and Stampin' Up sells them. And basically, we're just going to put this in here like this. And these are really sturdy. I have used these for years. What you want to do is you want to put some packing tape along this end where it closes and this end. And as long as you do that, it is really sturdy. And then on the back side underneath, you'll put your address and where it's going there, and then you put your stamps on it and just send it. But I would put a plain piece of paper in there, because if somebody sees this, it just gives people a chance of, oh, I've got a little top to a, you know, those things travel all over my house too. Get my, it's a jacket to one of the mini dots. So anyway, that is what you can do, and that's what I would recommend with a card like this. Now this is a double easel. So this is going to come up and it's going to hit the bar there, and that's going to hit the bar there. So there's the card that we will be doing today. So now anybody out there that is watching the feed but can't comment, you will have to have a YouTube account. Now you don't have to ever do a YouTube or anything, but YouTube just needs to know who's out there and commenting, I guess. I don't know. So you have to have a YouTube account, and then you can comment. So that's the secret to that. Okay. So we are still going here as far as I know. Alrighty, we are going to get started. Get my little bits and pieces out here. And I'm going to kind of try and speed it up a little bit today because I'm not sure that my internet connection, it is just, and I know everybody here in the valley is having trouble from what I hear. So I don't know. They've tried to say that it was one of my computers that was not updated. And so we updated it and everything is fine with that. And I got bumped off 3 times today. So 4th time is a charm. So we're going to persevere and get through this. Okay. Now then, all of the measurements and there are photographs are on the website. I've got the post all ready to go. All I have to do is plug in the YouTube video and then go live with it. So, but everything is on there, so you don't have to take notes or anything. All righty. Now this is already dirty because I've done it 3 times before. I am tired of making these cards. Okay, so what we're going to do here, and this is the aspen trees, and it goes with this set. And there's the dies, and in fact the die is right here for the trees. So, in fact, let me poke some of these things out here because I'll have to. Okay, looks pretty good. Anyway. Oh, I happen to, I have an idea here. If you want to make this Christmas, you can take a white craft ink and go just on your edges here and put some snow and change the colors up and make it more Christmas, because there is a good Let Heaven and Nature Sing and Wishing You Abundant Joy and Peace. So this would be very easy to tailor into a Christmas card. All right, so now we're going to put this down here. I need a new blade, or I need to switch the direction on the blade there. This is just an acrylic nail file. And so if you get any raw edges or anything, you can just take and use the nail file. Okay, now I'm going to go like 2nd and 3rd generations here. I'm just going to go around the edge because it's just, I want to just, rather than have it just be stark, I want to just create some interest there. Well, I got good bars. I might have to be streaming in the evening. I kind of wanted to do mornings, but I don't know if that's going to work out. And I should have plenty of power to be streaming, so I'm a little upset at my provider since I've spent the whole afternoon plus trying to get this figured out. Okay, now here is my base card. And this is, now the measurements are on the website. You can pull the PDF on that. You'll go down to the bottom and there'll be a sentence that says, for the PDF tutorial, click the link. Then it says supply list directly above that statement. So that's where, and then the PDF will come up and you can either download it or print it off. Okay, so I'm going to take this where this is, see, this is going to be your front of the card here. So I'm just going to put that here. I'm going to take and lay this down and I'm going to mark it. You'd think after starting this 4 times I would get a pencil in here. I'm going to mark across here so that I can put the glue down on the bottom. Okay, I'm going to use this one here. Okay. I still have bars. I hate to just jump on without anybody knowing, but, you know, I can't keep saying, well, I'm going to be live at such and such a time, and then it doesn't work out. But eventually we'll get this situation taken care of. All righty. So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to put this right on the bottom. So this is going to look like this now. So I'm going to take this and I am going to, these little clips I just get through Amazon, and they are great for when you're making boxes. You know, you can square up your corners and put them in the corners and everything stays where it should while the glue's drying. But otherwise, sometimes you get it in there and you get it kind of cattywampus and then the box doesn't want to work right. All righty. Okay, so I am going to set that right over there and let it dry. Now, this, I'm going to take one that I've already done. Now, see here, see how we've got this all, it's glued. So this is here. We want to remove this. So, because see here. So, how we are going to do this is we are going to take the die and we are going to put it right back in, right over the top of where it was. And then I'm going to take, I have this Post-it note tape. This you can also get on Amazon. What would we do without Amazon? What did we do without Amazon? People can't seem to deliver things, but by George, if I order something from Amazon, sometimes it's here that afternoon. It's crazy. Okay, so then what we will do, oh, I've got it back over there. I made a card in between my getting bumped off of the internet, so let me come over here. Okay, now this is how you are going to cut, but we only want to cut up to here. We don't want to cut beyond that point. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this. Now you want one of the old style plates. This is a straight line. The new ones have a beveled edge. So you want one of these, so I had to get one of my old ones out. But what you're going to do when you want to cut like this and you only want to cut a die up part way, what you're going to do is you're going to take this, and right here I can see that line where the crease is. And I'm going to stick this in and run it through, and it's going to start cutting here. You can run it through this way if it's easier for you. Go ahead and run it through, and you just run it clear past it. But when it gets to the end of this plate, it'll just go off the plate, but you won't get any cut beyond there. So that is how you do that. Let me put that over there. And whoop, let me okay, got that. Okay, I thought I had one that was already cut, and I showed you. Oh, that was, I've done that a couple times. Okay, I'm going to have to go ahead and run this through because I've went ahead. Okay. Okay. Now then, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to see where this is ready to pop out. These are all ready to pop out, but I need to separate them from where the hinge is. So see, this only cut up to there. It did not cut this because that's where the plate, wherever the plate ends is where the cutting will end. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a cut right along that score. Okay. Now I'm going to remove these here on the bottom. Let me get this one right. There we go. Okay. So now we've got, it should look like this. So what you're going to do is you're going to be able to use it. It will be your back easel. All righty. All right, let me put that there. Okay, now this is a 4 1/4. I think it's 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, but the measurements are on the website, 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. And it's going to be scored at the 1/4 inch mark, and then there's 2 sections here that are 2 inches. Whoop. And now I'm going to glue this on here. And you want the seam on the inside because we will be covering it up. Okay, and then this goes here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to burnish these folds. Okay, and then all right. So what we're going to do is there is going to be our 2 easels. Okay, I'm still on. Alrighty, I am going to take this, and this is a regular 1/4 sheet, and I shaved off probably about a 1/16 of an inch. So because it has to go into these folds and still have everything fold up nice. Alrighty. And I generally do not put an inside sentiment until I know who it's going to and what the occasion is. All right, now what this will do is this goes over that raw edge where you glued this together. So this is going to go up there, and that's going to go up there. And let me see, I want to put this bar up. Say about this far. I still have bars. So okay. So I'm going to put this right about like that. So this is going to go, the more weight you get on this card though, the more it will go into its position. Oh, and I had somebody ask, this is a Teflon bone folder, and I have my Stampin' Up one, and if I am going to curl flowers and curl things, petals, this is the best kind to have. This one here, what this does, though, I find with some papers is it leaves that little mark along where you've scored, where this one does not. So they're kind of pricey. I think they run about 20 bucks, but it doesn't mark up your paper. This here, I put weights on here because I knew I would be lifting this up, and I wanted to have a little more weight on there, trying to get a camera angle that you could see where it was. So, and this here is where the sentiment will go. But this is a card that somebody can have and display. Okay, so we've got this pretty much ready to go. Now we'll go with the techniques. And like I said, I have a way of coloring this bird that takes you just, it's lickety split. So, okay. Now then, what we're going to do, I'm going to put my bits and pieces over here. This I'm going to throw over there. I have this card started 47 times today. All righty. Okay, I'm going to put this right there. And we're going to start with the leaves. Now, the Stamparatus, I love this. In fact, I had a store of my own. I had every kind of positioning tool there was. I at least had one or two of each of them because I did so many classes. But I had, Tim Holtz and my Petunia, I think. My Sweet Petunia, one of those. Anyway, I've had them all. This one, I think, is far and away the best because it has so much versatility, and particularly if you're doing hinge stamping. And I have like 8 plates for mine. And what I could do is I had a lot of seniors in my classes, and I could set up my stamps, and they could go to the stamping station, and with the Stamparatus, they get a perfect image each time. If they don't, they can keep stamping it again. It just is worth its weight in gold. I love the hinge stamping, and to me, it is. And mine, all those others are sitting over there. I got a whole cubby full of them, but this is the one I use, and it's right here, and it really is. And I was sold on my Sweet Petunia or whatever till I got using this, and then it was all over. So anyway, it is a really, really good product, and particularly if you are teaching. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, see, look at what you can get with that. Now, what I am going to do, let's see my leaves. I think I got the right colors. I've done this, the leaves. I think that's, okay, I've got Mango Melody, and if it's not the right one, it will just be a different leaf, but they will be good. I've got Cajun Craze. Where is my, oh, okay, whoops. This is for the bird. See, I've done this so many times today, trying to get this streamed. I am nuts. Okay. I am going to use, see, here's some more too. Aren't they pretty? This is such a good way of doing it. That's right. Crushed curry is what we're going to start with. Then we're going to go to Mossy Meadow, or you can use Old Olive. Going to use pumpkin pie. and Mary Merlot. Now, I'm not going to use daubers. I'm going to use the blenders. Daubers, I use them kind of on the edges of the leaves, but the only drawback to daubers is you get these round circles, and I don't want circles of color on this. I want them to blend like that leaf is going into autumn and it's losing its color. So anyway, I'm going to take my crushed curry and I'm going to put a light coat all the way through on it. Then I'm going to take my green here, my Mossy Meadow, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take and I'm going to dab this around in. Now this is a distinctive stamp, so I don't have to worry about so much, you know how we ink it up and then we tap it off. You don't have to do that so much with a distinctive stamp. Okay, so I'm putting some green in there. And then I want to put a little bit of pumpkin pie. And my Mary Merlot. I'm going to just put this a little bit up and through here. Catch the edges. And then I do want, okay, here's my Mary. I am going to use the dauber for the edges. I do like to get the edges with it because I like them to be a little more dramatic. And I don't always go around on every edge either, like I just did. Okay, and I want to take this. I want a little bit more green on here. Okay, now what you can do is you can start off with one color and then change it as you go. So now, in fact, I'll do another one that way, and it's easier, I think, for you to learn how to do this. I've stamped with these pads. These pads are getting kind of dry. Okay, now if you see this, see how this is really light in through here? What the beauty of the Stamparatus is I can say, okay, we're going to put some more green in here. And on this side, I want to have more of the Merlot. I had one of those, what do they call them, Chucky tools, and one of my ladies from Lake Havasu made it for me, and I have not found it yet. And I need to have it because it gives even pressure on that. I still want to get over in here. See, these pads are really getting dry. Okay, that is better. Okay, I think what I am going to do is I'm a fan of mixed media. In other words, I will use inks and clays and whatever. I'm going to take a rich raspberry and I'm just going to go in here and just darken this just a little bit. so I have it how I want it. Okay. Now this one has a little more green in it, and I like that. In fact, I'm going to put a little more green in here. There we go. Okay, so now what I did with these is I did fussy cut them out so that they are ready to go. And I think what I am going to need, let me put this. This here, this is a corner and it comes in a set, and you can get them from, hang on, let me tell you. Yeah, it's the Misty one, and it is sold by My Sweet Petunia. So you can go, and whoever that is, and like I say, I've got I've got that, I've got Tim Holtz, I've got every other kind, but this is the one I like, so I use it. All righty. So anyway, you can get this. They come in a set. There's 2 of these. There's a longer one, and there's a few different tools. Do I have all the tools out? Okay, yes. Comes with another one of those. It comes with a L shape, and these are all have measurements on them. Yeah, mysweetpetunia.com. It has the corner thing and this one. So I don't use these as much because I have my measuring tools, but these are great because when you get stuff right in the corner, sometimes if you're trying to stamp right in that corner, it won't stamp as well. So you're better off backing it off a little bit. And that, it really is a good thing to have. And they weren't that expensive either. So, all righty. Okay. And I will put this right over here. And I am going to, when I put this together, I will have to cut part of these petals out, the smaller ones. These right here. So you do have to fussy cut these. Or if you have an electronic cutter, you can put it in and it will cut them. You will have to, I don't have my cutters unpacked yet, but you will have to make sure you close in all the lines. Otherwise, the cutters go up in those. So some images are really good to cut out and some are not. Okay, now, what we're going to do is we are going to show you how we do these birds. Get this out of the way before I end up with it all over me. Okay. What will we do without our wet wipes? Also, I do not clean my stamps with baby wipes. Your rubber will seize up eventually. You'll get maybe a quarter of the lifespan. The rubber gets hard because it dries out. Okay, so these are the birds. Now, when I saw a sample like this, I saw a picture of it, and then I couldn't find it. So I did make a card, only I made it differently. But I think this way is actually better. So I did find, and she's Joe, and I think her name is Blackburn, and she's from Norfolk, England. And so that's where I saw this and had the idea for it. So I remembered where she was from because that's where my ancestors came from, Norfolk, England, in 1888. So, all righty. Okay, now I am going to take Cajun Craze, and I'm going to take Early Espresso, and then I'm going to take Cajun Craze. Now, on this bird, I put a little bit of glitter, and I don't know whether I like it or not. So, anyway, I got to looking at it last night, and you know how you always tweak things. I'm my mother's daughter. She used to oil paint, and I remember we had a beautiful painting that she had painted. It was an ocean scene, and it was the wave coming over the beach. I grew up in Huntington Beach, and that wave was so beautiful. I mean, you could just see through the wave. I mean, it was just beautiful. I come home. I was in high school, and I come home, and there she was standing on the couch tweaking that. She had her paints out, and she was tweaking that picture that had been on the wall for a year already. So I am my mama's daughter, I guess. Okay, so I will take this, goes there. And this goes here. And I'll use these. Put that over there. Okay, now then. What I did, let me find my mask. I made a mask. And I stamped him on the bird on a Post-it note. And then what I did was cut out the various sections. So right here, and then I have this I imagine you can get at, I just had some left. This is removable adhesive, so you can just put it on after these get old and you can't, they won't stick. You just put more stickum on. But I save these and use them over and over and over again. Let me see, did I move that? Okay, I'm going to stick his eyeball in his eyeball there. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I am going to take, we're kind of going to do this. Now, Joe did hers with the watercolor pencils, and she used them just as a pencil. And I will show you kind of how she did that. But it's kind of a long process to go through coloring it all. And the reason I am doing it this way is I wanted a little bit more dramatic. See how this is a little more dramatic? So, okay. Now I'm going to just color this up here. And I'm not worried about going out of the line there because I'm going to and I'm starting so that I get that circle. See, what you don't want is you don't want a circle on your project. You want it just a even, and you can tap it here too, even going up. And what I want is just a little bit darker kind of on his breast. See? Okay. Now then, I'm going to take this one. Sometimes it takes you a little bit of tweaking to get them. There we go. And then you might have to get the edge kind of taken care of. That's why I got some of these little tiny brushes so that I can get in there. Okay, now I want to take and go with this, the Early Espresso. Boy. All righty. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move this down just a little bit here so that I can get this lined up right. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little bit right here and blend that in. All right. Now then, what I want to do here I want to do just a tad of the crumb cake. Whoa, got my thinners in there. Okay. Okay. Now then, I'm going to take my Early Espresso and I'm just going to do his feet. Now, how Jo did the coloring here on hers is she took and she colored this in with the Early Espresso, but she did it kind of in a flicking motion, and she's following the petals, not the petals, but the feathers. Let me see. This goes clear up here, huh? So then here the feathers are going to go this way, so she starts to flick. And these are the Stampin' Up! Watercolor pencils, and you can just use them as a pencil. Or if you want to blend them off, you can use Gamsol and a stump. You would just wet this. I'm going to just show you how this will blend off with the Gamsol. It's almost like watercoloring. And this is an odorless mineral spirits. And you want the real artist quality, because if you go to a hardware store and get odorless mineral spirits, you will not get the same thing, and it's not odorless. See how that you can blend that off? You can it almost gives you the effect of watercolor, but that's a way of doing it. You can do these also. Now, when you get the end dirty, this is sandpaper, and that's what these are for. You just sand the edge, and you sand off your color, and then you move to the next color. So that's how they work. Okay, so anyway, she went through with this color, and then I think she went with a Cajun Craze too. And just constant flick. Kind of the motion, you know, when we all took the Copic classes, there was a lot of flicking is a really good with your alcohol markers. So anyway, then she went with the crushed curry, so that there are a lot of different colors in there. So basically, this is how that's done, and you will get a lighter effect. You'll get a lighter effect with it, doing it that way. Now, you also can do it with your Copic markers. So whatever floats your boat. Now, I'm going to try something here. I want to see what happens. This is when I get experimenting. I want to just blend those edges in. Okay, all righty. Now, I put these back and I save them. Because once you cut them out and make your masks, you don't want to be making them every time. So I just use them over and over again. And I will put them in with the stamp set. So I'll put them right in there so that I've got them. Okay. This has a die, but to me, it's just as easy to fussy cut it out. Because of the feet. That die wants to chop his feet off. And I don't think he wants... Okay. Oh, I need to do his beak. I thought, why does he look kind of weird? He doesn't have a beak. He can't be beakless. There we go. Now, the edges on this are going to look a little, you can see the white like around his feet. I'll take a little dauber and go in and around the edges. Okay, so there he is. And let me see, do I have a brown dauber? Early Espresso. I hope this is. I just want to go around the edge. So his feet don't look weird. All righty. Now I want to take right here, there's one little spot where the two met up. There we go. Voila, we have a bird. Okay, now I'm going to take and put these over here. Best thing is to keep everything cleaned off, especially your inks, because whatever it is you don't want in the ink will be in the ink if you don't. So, all right, where are we here on time? 5:57, 58 minutes. Okay, we're clicking along pretty good. I love this. It's a Tim Holtz Media Mat. You can get it at Amazon too. It's glass. You can take an X-Acto knife and you can cut on it. It will not mess this up. But I'll tell you, the one thing that does scratch it is my kitty jumped up here and you can see where his back claw hit. Now, why will an X-Acto knife not mark it at all, but my cat will? So, who knows? All righty. Now then, we're going to take this. And we're going to take our front panel that is going to go right there. We're going to put some little dots on it too. Okay, and I don't like anything even. So, okay. Now then, we are going to glue this on the front. Okay, now then, I have this. Since I've done this about 3 dozen times today already, this has been ripped off the other so that I could redo it. Okay, I glued back on those. Let me glue this. Alrighty. Now then, I'm going to, and what I did with these, see how these are already shaped? I will take them and I will go like this. And what you want to do now, this isn't so critical because it's a wide space here. But if you're doing like daisy petals and it's little, if as you go to pull, you can pull a petal off. So you want to make sure that you're kind of holding on to it. And then I take and go this way with this one and this. And it just gives them some shape. Okay. Now then. Okay. Now I'm going to take some Now, this is not a bow. It's just basically what I did was, and I've done it 3 dozen times today, you just kind of go around your fingers like this 4 times or so, and then you'll just take this and flip it the other way, kind of like a loose bow, but then you kind of want to pull them. So it's a messy bow is what it is. And then take and put your glue dots underneath it and stick it on, because we want it to kind of, you get the illusion of he's making a nest there. All righty. So now this, what I want to do with him too, is I want to take and I want him to look 3-dimensional. See, if they're flat, these are all shaped. If they're flat, see how that looks? It just doesn't look as good. If you do this, then he looks like he's got some shape. And then what I'm going to do is take and I think what I'm going to do is double stack this, because I want him to pooch out. Okay, now then. Okay. See, now here's the front. See how dramatic the petals are when you do it with the Stamparatus and you keep laying those layers of color in. Just really is such a good tool. Okay, now then, I need where did the others go? I had the pieces that were enough, I thought. Well, two, three, four, 1, 2, 3, and we need one more here. I am going to snag this one right here. Okay. Now I had everything ready so you wouldn't have to watch me do this, but now that I've kind of done it and had the video just lose my stream, I've got a bunch of cards that are in various okay, now I want to get this one here. Okay, whoop, that's too big. I want this one. This has a little bit of a hook on it, and so what I do is go down and just bend it on the back side so that when you see these, they're not just a flat piece. They're kind of shaped. Or you can take and put it on, say you take your pick tool. You can put it on the back and bend it from both directions around it. See, so it has shape and it just makes it look more natural. Let's see, I want to cut that one off. This didn't get stamped on the very end. See right up here? And what I'm going to do with that, so I'll take my rich razzleberry as close enough, I think. Get it real sharp, and then I'm just going to flick them. I apologize for making you watch me do this, but until we get our internet situation situated, we might be having more trouble. I don't know. We've got a plan that should give us plenty of power there. I think it's their box, actually. I don't know. But I was on checking, and there have been outages. In other words, you can tell because everything goes down. And I'm not perfectly cutting this. This tool is good for putting veins on a leaf too. If you get in a situation where you need that. Okay, so we've got those three and this one. Put that back over there. Where is my... Oh! Sometimes I amaze myself. I wondered why I wasn't seeing any comments, and well, you've got to put it on the comments. Oh my goodness. Oh, I am sorry, everybody. Okay. Yes, I do use glycerin. It's kind of different. I need more practice with it, I guess. Let me go back here and see. Oh, yikes. Wow, West Virginia, Vernon, Arizona, Connecticut, Washington State. Oh my gosh, I didn't go all the way back. I am sorry, guys. What kind of instrument did I measure with? Oh, this one? I used to use that with sewing. And why I like it is because I can measure something and I can mark it and put it up there. But you can go into any notions department, Walmart, anywhere, and they should have those. So, yeah, guys, this is the 4th time I have tried to shoot this video today, so I guess I am... Oh... Cardstock Creations, thank you. West Virginia. I have a set of corners, but I didn't have success using them. Yes, on that, it is really good. You can... this corner thing. Of course, it is... Let me see if I can get this up here. It's a good magnet, but you can set it, say if you need to set it right there, you can set it and you can use the other for the other corner and get a pretty good box in there for it. But, they are great, but the Stamparatus, there's just nothing like it. And I don't say that just because it's Stampin' Up, because... I have every other one I could use. If I liked them, I would use them. And it's not that they're a bad product. It's just the versatility and the hinge stamping. If you have, do you guys know what hinge stamping is? Anyway, we'll do a technique class with that, and it really is, it's cool. Whoop, this off here. All righty. All right, and this one I am going to glue in from behind. Wow, I think we might finish this card. Oh, I tell you. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some of my little jobbers here. And let's see, I want it, is it right about, I think, yeah, right about here. Okay. Yeah, Chloe, you will love the magnets. I do like glitter. I am a glitter girl. I put the Wink of Stella on first, but especially with a video, it doesn't have the wow factor that the glitter just has. All righty. Okay. Now, there we have it. And these, what you want to do is you want to just crease them really good, but it's kind of like muscle memory. And what you can do is you can do like I did, put a penny there. I did that because I knew I was going to be lifting it up and I needed to be able to have it stay where it is. Whoop. Let me figure out how to use this camera here. I had some photographs and I was going to put them in, you put them in the assets section and then pull them up and it goes on the screen, but I haven't figured all that stuff out there. Yes, I do. I'm liking the glitter more now. And for those, I don't know where you popped in, but you can put it in an envelope, and I did my envelope. I embossed the flap, and what I do is I put the envelope inside, put that down, run it. Always run your seam first. If you run it the other way, you run a chance of popping the seam, and I've had tons of them in class that have got popped because they've run the opposite way. And then that gives you a really pretty, let me see if I can, there you go. Really pretty. But this is to go through the machines and everything at the post office. I would suggest doing this, and I'll give you a demonstration again. So what you're going to do to fold this, you bring this down. Now, this is one thing I forgot. Okay, what you want to do is you want to make sure, oh, okay, it does. All right. Sometimes you have to trim this maybe a 16th or a 32nd inch off so that it will go in there and go down, but it does. So what you're going to do is, these Stampin' Up sells these. We used to call them presentation boxes. So you put this in here, and then you put something with your address and who it goes to. Put it in here, close it up, and the most important thing is you want to put some packing tape on this edge and packing tape on this edge, and that will hold it. These are really sturdy to go through the mail. In fact, they go through actually better than a box does. But what I would do is I would cover this in the front, because I've been in so many swaps, and we used to send a lot of cards in either clear bags or presentation boxes, and the ones that got lost were always the ones that showed. And so I think along the way, people look at them and say, oh, I think I'm going to snag that. So you might want to just put something in front so that doesn't show, because it seemed like the only ones that we actually lost were ones that were, you know, nice cards in a presentation box. So, okay, that's it. I hope you liked it. So, oh, Chloe, I missed you guys too. Gail, yes, isn't that a good way to color the bird? And once you get going, you can do them in an assembly line, and you can just you know, get them out lickety split. And using the Stamparatus with the leaves, I think gives a much prettier effect, because you know, if you just stamp something, then you're kind of stuck with what you've got. But if you want green on this side of the leaf, you can put it in. And the brushes are the only way to go. So, yes, it looks like a painting and not so much colored in. Oh, yeah, I got my hair cut. Oh, my gosh. It's like he took the horse clippers to me, you know? I remember I remember those days with the horse clippers, but that's what I got. Yeah. Okay. Yes, this is it. This set, and that's why I did this. Well, I can't find, yeah, here it is right here. How can you have just a small area and just lose everything? This, I think, is a sleeper set. I hope they carry it forward, because there's just so much that you can do with it. So, hi Peggy, hi Felicia, Lori, Gamsol. I am one that I will take. I have a lot of stuff here, and if I have something that I need to blend in, there's a little corner there or something under the eye, I will grab whatever is and use it. And I know they always used to say that, you know, they call it craft ink now, but it's pigment inks. They always used to say you always had to emboss with your pigment ink. But then somebody come along and dropped a pad on paper and liked the way it looked. And then we had, you know, we used to take the pads and smear the ink on the pad. Oh, you just get absolutely gorgeous. I will get, well, there's 350 cards that I carry kits of, and that's what I'm in the process of working with now in my office, is getting them all organized in their little area, so that when I sell a card, that I know where to pick it from, and I can just finish up the kit and sell it. But I have a lot that are direct to paper inks that we used with craft inks or are pigment inks, and they are just a pigment ink when it dries off is just absolutely exquisite. And I mean, just smearing it on, it just, I mean, it really, it takes you back to kindergarten when were finger painting. So it's really fun, and we will do that too. So anyway, maybe Gamsol is just for certain things, but if something is close to me and I need to tweak something, I'll pick up anything and try it. So don't let anybody tell you you have to do something with something, because that's how we find new techniques. Okay. I can't type. That's like me. Well, my iPhone, every time I go to type something, and I use kind of weird lingo anyway, and it always wants to correct me. And it doesn't make the correction till you hit the arrow and send it. And then, you're stuck with what you've sent. So, yeah, autocorrect. Oh, I hate it. Well, thank you, Lori. I appreciate that. Thanks, Peggy. Thank you, everybody. So if anybody has any questions that they need answered or help with anything, thank you. Yeah, Randy, the Stamparatus is, yeah. Yeah. Hinge stamping takes a little practice. Well, Lori, once you have a success with the hinge stamping, it's like riding a bike, you're always going to fall over. But then once you get that momentum going, then you've got it. So keep trying that hinge, because that hinge technique is really cool. Okay, thank you, Connie. Yes. Yeah. See, I want to stay on now. It's like it took me all day to be able to be on. Okay. Oh, for electric die cutting machine, I had shoulder surgery, and when I did classes, I had a lot of seniors. So I have 2 of the Tim Holtz Vagabond, and then I have the big. What was the one that we had before we had the Stampin' Cut and Emboss? I have those, and then I probably have 6 different types of machines, but we have, when we do classes, we have stations, so there are several that are set out. And when you're doing a lot of class kits like I was, and doing a lot of die cuts, and I've got hubby in here, it makes it nice when you've got an electric machine. So anyway, well, thank you, everybody. Yeah. Okay, well, I appreciate if anybody's got any other questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Otherwise, now, as far as times, I don't know. I might end up having to do it evening time. I have got no clue, because boy, today it was just not going to be there. So we'll keep working. Does anybody have Xfinity? I don't know. I'm not hearing good things about them. So they tried to blame it on our other computer and too many devices. But, when you pay for upgrade because you want to stream, and we've got, supposedly the plan is enough. But when I got in and checked how much juice there was actually going around, I don't know what they call it. But anyway, you can check to see what the strength is of your signals coming in and going out was not even 25% of what we're paying for. So they need to either boost it up in the office or whatever. But we're new to the area, so we don't know where to go to. So okay, what time is it here now? It is 6:29. So we are Mountain Time, and we stay the same. We don't change back and forth. So I was born and raised in Southern California. So we used to, spring forward, fall back, and all of that. But I much prefer having the same time. So anyway, okay, well, I've got a cute little, I don't remember whether I mentioned it on this feed. I know I did the other 3 times, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a break from the Soft Seedlings and get into Christmas, because I've got Christmas going and we are losing time. We're almost halfway through November, and so we've just got this last month to do our Christmas cards. So what I'd like to do is go ahead with Christmas and then move back to the Soft Seedlings and the technique classes. So anyway, yeah, Lori, so you're in New York. Okay. All right. Also, we have, let's see, gosh, I had like 3 Debbies win. What's with the Debbie, gosh. So I've got this one, Debbie Beck. I've got her address. In fact, I was supposed to get that to the post office today, but I was too busy getting kicked off of the internet. And this one was, I went to Comment Picker, and Debbie Overton. Now, Debbie, I don't know. I haven't seen your name on here. I know I had your address before, but I'm not sure if you've moved. So, Debbie, contact me and I will send you your, what are these called? Cute Stars Adhesive Back Sequins. Okay, so that's what's going out. Now, does one of you guys want one of these cards? Okay, I am going to get your little fingers ready to go. I'm going to pick a number between 1 and 10. That way it's quick. I did it one time, I did it with 20, and it was like everybody guessed every number around it. So, okay, I have got a number here. And between 1 and 10, don't look. And the first one that guesses it, I'm going to send them one of these cards. So start guessing. And the best thing to do is just keep the numbers going in. And sometimes they'll come up, the feed will just start to spin, so I'll have to slow it down. But just start guessing. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. We got it. Okay. Lori Mantovi, you were the first one to guess 4. Okay, so Lori, I think I had your address before, but I am not sure if you've moved or whatever. And like I say, I still have upstairs, I have we have 3 extra bedrooms, so it's a good thing, because one of them we have just floor to ceiling boxes still. So I don't know, by the millennium, I might actually, I like everything, a place for everything and everything in its place. And it's just, you're so used to having something the way it was in your home. And, when you got a different floor plan and things are different, it's like, oh my gosh. And I try and get this organized and that gets unorganized, and wow. Okay, so Lori, you get in touch with me. Go to the website up there. The host code, just below the host code there, is stampsnstuff.org. And anything that's going on, that's kind of the hub of where it stems from, is my website. So if you're wanting to place an order, you can go to my website and hit order. if you want to join my team, any of that. Oh, I got a notification from Stampin' Up. I got a badge for team building. Who knew? I had no clue. So now I've got to get my computer guy to figure out how to get the badge on my website. So I was so surprised because for the last year, I've been taking care of my health and moving and all that. So who knew? But all righty. Okay. So I think Lori, I'm gonna mail it in this. Now, when I mail out the cards that I give away, I don't sign them or anything. I just put a little a little note inside. That way you can send it off. You know, you can recycle it. You can do whatever. You can put it on the wall and throw darts at it. You know, whatever you want to do. So, okay. But Lori, you let me know when you get this, but I am going to put something in front so that it's not quite so obvious what it is. And I'll even put your name on the front. So, okay, I think that is about it. We don't have anybody local that's around the Tucson area. I want to do classes. You guys need to move here. It's a great place. It's beautiful. Okay, so we will see you guys later. Thank you for spending your evening with me. And I'm sorry I was late to the party. I was kind of worried. I knew I was still broadcasting, but I didn't see any comments and I didn't have it on the comment screen. So anyway, all righty. So, I will probably be on before. Now, Friday is my normal day in the morning, but I don't know how evening might be. I'll try and send a message out when I'll be on. But I need to get some cards, some Christmas cards out there and up before I don't want to be doing Christmas cards January 3rd, you know. So anyway. All righty. I appreciate you guys being here, and I thank you so much for all the comments that you guys make and are sending me, and I will get to answering them. I have been absolutely overwhelmed by them, but I do read them all, and I will get to answering them and make my mama proud. So anyway, take care and have a great